And I'm Alexis. And I'm doing an interview with Mrs. Sampsell, the art teacher, for our traveling guide project. We're comparing art class to a relaxing getaway. Why do you assign clay projects to students?
Well, it's really important that all students get a well-rounded art experience, and clay is one of the oldest forms of art. So of course I would want them to have that experience for themselves so that they can be enriched in the arts as well, like in every aspect, including clay.
How do you feel it affects the students' feelings such as relaxation?
Oh, clay has been known to do crazy amounts of wonderful things to the human body and mind and soul, actually. They've done studies on stress and how the pottery wheel or even slab artwork can actually reduce your stress. So it's actually a great thing. Plus it's wonderful for your skin because it pulls off all the dead skin cells.
What's the overall atmosphere you feel while students are painting?
In my art room, while students are concentrating in painting, it's a nice calming, relaxing feel. There's usually no high stress. It also depends on what music they're listening to and what feeling they're going for in their paint. Depending on their artwork, if they want something to be wild and crazy, so they might be listening to something nuts, or if they want something to be calming and soothing, maybe they're listening to classical or jazz, something along those lines. But the atmosphere in my room is very more on the subtle side. It's not too, I guess, nuts.
Do you think chalk projects are a good way for students to express their art ideas?
Dry pastels are a wonderful way for students to express ideas, and it's a nice, easy way to express. The only issue is it can get a little dusty. So when things get a little dusty, sometimes students get a little angst and get a little anxious, but it's not a horrible thing. I've had a couple students that just realized that dry pastels can create fabulous sunsets and sunrises. So just depends on what everybody likes, because everybody's different. So chalk, I think, is definitely something that every artist should experience, or every art student, and just to see if it's for them.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oscar here with Mr. Minoski, whose class was the winner of the business-related vacation.
This is Oscar Noah here with Mr. Minoski, and we have a couple questions to ask him. What do you think the students got out of the business project?
Well, I think the students get a first-hand knowledge of exactly what it takes to open up a business, what a bank expects you to turn in terms of paperwork, all the aspects of the paperwork that have to be done in order to get the money and the funding to get started business.
But you teach in a fun and very exciting manner. Why do you teach the way you do?
I like to treat everybody like family in my classroom. I'd like to think that that's the atmosphere I set up, and that I like to be treated as I treat the kids. So that's the route I go.
That's it.
Thank you for your time.
You got it. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Cheyenne, and I'm covering Mrs. Glidewell, which was nominated and won the honeymoon classroom. Hi, I'm Cheyenne, and I'm here with Miss Green, talking to her about why a classroom for forensics got chosen for the honeymoon classroom. How do CSI episodes tie into forensics?
We watch CSI episodes when the topic of the show ties into whatever content topic we're looking at. So, for example, at the beginning of the year, each of the students did a project on a different forensics career, and they presented those to the class. And then we watched an episode to look at how those careers were portrayed on a CSI episode, and the kids could analyze whether or not the portrayals were accurate to what someone in that job actually does. A lot of watching the CSI episodes is actually error analysis, where the students are able to pick out things from those shows that are incorrect according to what would actually happen in real life.
Interesting. What do you learn from looking at fingerprints?
From looking at fingerprints, the students are able to look at the pattern and then also the minutiae which make up the fingerprint, and they can compare them to each other. They're also able to go around the school and collect fingerprints, and if I give them different fingerprints, they can compare them and see who a suspect or a victim might be when they analyze them.
How does that create a positive attitude?
How does that create a positive attitude? I think the kids really enjoy being so hands-on in the classroom and learning things that they could apply to a future career if they're interested in going into forensic science or if they're interested in becoming a policeman. So that keeps them very engaged and very excited to be in there, and in general just happy to take that course.
How do you feel about having your classroom nominated?
I think it's adorable. It's nice that the kids feel like it is a good place to be and that they're happy in my classroom. That makes me very happy.
Thank you, Ms. Green.
You're welcome.
Hi everyone, this is Sam, and I'm standing outside of Mrs. Robinson's room. The seniors voted her the winner of the educational travel trip. How do you feel about your classroom being chosen as education?
Thanks. That's really an honor for my students because they all work very hard and they've done a great job this year and in past years, so it's nice to have them get recognized that way.
Okay, how does learning all the different systems of the body help students?
The students are able to take one thing at a time. It makes it much simpler for them to figure out, and then they can put it all together. The students are able to see something that's very practical for them through that course too.
If you're looking for a friendly face, then Mr. Snyder's room is the place, down here at SO4.
Hey, I'm here with Mr. Snyder. Mr. Snyder, how would your class intertwine with friendship?
Well, I think in government, especially with the seniors, we have a very trusting kind of relationship. We have a lot of open and honest communication, especially this year about the presidential election. I think that we kind of value our conversations. I know I value the conversations that I have with you guys. I learn a ton from you, and I'm hoping that you learn a ton from me. And we're just able to have those conversations that friends would have and kind of agree to disagree and talk openly and communicate with one another on a regular basis.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How was it? Good?
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle and I'm here outside of Mr. Laidacker's room, who is the winner of the Cultural Vacation. Hi, I'm here with Mr. Laidacker. Recently your American history class got voted for being a cultural vacation. Do you believe that it is almost like a cultural vacation?
I would have to disagree. It's not really a cultural vacation. To me, a cultural vacation would be going places and learning about the various cultures of different countries. I hate to say in American history, the only culture we're really learning about is the American culture, so I would say it's not.
What are the different types of wars you teach about through the course of the year?
Through American History 2, we would start at the end of the Civil War. We go through the Spanish-American War. We talk about the Mexican War a little bit, and then we get into World War I, World War II, and we talk about the Cold War.
Okay. And do you have a favorite unit that you like to teach during the year?
Oh, I always loved teaching the Civil War, which back in the day when we used to teach it, we used to have Civil War Day, had reenactors here. It was fun.
What is your favorite part about teaching American history overall?
I just feel that as Americans we have a lot of history that we all share, since we're a very young country compared to some of the other countries. And as Americans, we should be proud of our heritage and our history.
I agree, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, today we're here with Mr. Woolever. So Mr. Woolever, as you probably already know, your classroom got voted on as like a family. So how do you think you can incorporate that into your classroom?
Well, first of all, I think that's really cool that people think of us as a family down here. I think we're like a family down here because we work together a lot. Most of the things that we do require, you can see over here, people to work together and help each other out to get to the end of a project or reach a common goal.
Awesome. So what are some of the challenges in making that kind of an atmosphere? How does it change from year to year?
Oh, definitely one of the most difficult things can be working with different personalities and different skill sets. Everybody has different skills that they're good at, different things they like to do. You know, we all have different personalities, and sometimes it can be hard to mesh all of those together. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot of fun. We have great people to work with here that, you know, the kids, you guys really make it fun.
And would you say that it's the kids that come back year to year that kind of make it that family atmosphere?
It's really nice to develop a rapport with students over time and get to know them and watch them grow and learn and you know, develop and so on.
That's awesome. All right, well, thank you for your time.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
When the seniors picked an international vacation,
They decided to go to Mrs. Glidewell in T15. Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm here with Mrs. Glidewell, whose room won the Best International Trip. So why do you think learning cultures other than your own is important?
Well, there's a lot more to life than little old Montgomery. If you go down the street, you might meet someone from a different country who has a different cultural background. When you go to college, you are more than likely to meet people from all over the world, as well as have lots of opportunities to travel all over the world.
And why is it important to know at least some Spanish for your everyday lives?
Same idea. If you run into somebody on the street that maybe doesn't speak any English, it would be good to know. And I mean, Spanish is coming, whether we want it to or not. It's already here and more popular these days. So many of your jobs, you're going to be interacting with people that speak that language or, you know, need to.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, it's Trevor here. I'm outside Mrs. McNear's door, and she won road trip themed vacation.
Hey, Mrs. McNair.
Hi.
How does it make you feel that you won the road trip themed vacation?
I was excited that I won for road trip. I think when I think about a road trip, I think fun and unexpected, which are two adjectives that I would like students to think of with my class. Fun, not meaning that we don't work, but it's work in a different kind of way, and a bit unexpected because I kind of want to always keep you thinking, thinking creatively, and not always having necessarily just one right answer or plan for everything. That's just the nature of a lot of what I teach.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
With paintings like these, Picasso never stood a chance.